couple times I get harassed over here, like, oh, yeah, no mind this guy, he from Mainland. You hear somebody just out of nowhere, lock your doors, you know. But it's something that, you know, we gotta live with, you know. God, that's a must. A shout out to Kahuku and all them guys out there. We got love for you guys too, of course. Public school. Represent.
Where you learn the best.
Home of the brave. Why not? That's what it's about.
You know what's trippy is that some people, well, not some, there's a lot of people that don't even know that Hawaii's part of America.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. You know, it's, 2,500 miles out there. So. Yeah. That's all you see is on postcards, You know, Hawaii, paradise. But yeah, so maybe I should just tell you a little bit about myself. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start with that and we'll go on from there. As soon as it's
Yeah, what do you usually go by, David?
Ikaika.
Ikaika?
Yeah.
Ikaika.
Just Ikaika.
All right.
Yeah. Ikaika. You know, it's
Kaiks.
Kaiks, yeah. Kaiks. Preferable Kaiks. You know, but Ikaika. For the viewers.
Hey, can you pass me that drink, please? Dang, I totally forgot about that. Yeah. Wow. Thanks, man. Right on, you guys.
okay. Fucking bring us in.
Welcome here to the Brand Niu Podcast. We're here again. We're with Kaiks, Ikaika.
Yeah.
This is how we have it.
Shaka.
So thanks again for being here, everybody. Thanks for showing up and hanging out with us.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for being here.
Yo,
Kaika.
thank you for having me.
I mean, I call you David or
Kavika, you know.
Oh, hey, I need your long blades. Come over here.
David is Kavika is Hawaiian for David.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and Ikaika is, you know, warrior. That's what it stands for.
Are you a warrior? Do you think you're a warrior?
Spirit, yeah, of course, yeah.
We
should all think like
what
that.
What kind of warrior attributes do you have right now? Other than the spear and the shield.
I don't know what type of warrior.
I heard your story, man. I mean, shit, dude. You've been through some shit.
Yeah. You know, growing up, Waianae is, you know, different from any place else.
Shout out Waianae.
You know, one way in, one way out. You know, you start with Nanakuli first. Then you start with Waianae, and then you head on to Macau.
And this is all in Oahu, right?
Yeah, on the western side of Oahu.
Yeah.
Farrington Highway would just take you. Take you straight to the dead end to Waianae.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really warrior spirit. Not so much people go out there anyway. So, you know, people that the passerbyers is like, yo, who is this? You know. But now you see that around a lot over there due to social media and stuff. So, but yeah, it's a warrior spirit place. Growing up is, you know, you never like really think that you was a bully or getting bullied. It was just common.
Yeah.
Common around, just, you know, everyday tough life, I guess. Yeah. And that's what it's kind of known for now. But back then, it was known for, you know, fishing.
Yeah.
Sugarcane mills.
Okay.
What else? Sandalwood. If you guys know anything about that, sandalwood. It's like
sounds like a surfboard.
No, it's more like a remedy, a medicine. But had a lot of those around. Where I'm from, Waianae, and they use that as trades as far as you know, like, you know, people coming through the bay, and just, you know, just looking at the area, see what we have, and start doing trades from there, and that's how it was back then.
Joe, you've been back and forth to Hawaii. Have you been to Waianae before, or
No.
no?
No, I'm not too familiar with the one way in, one way out though.
Yeah.
You was telling me about it earlier when we were on our drive.
Yeah. But it's really nice out there.
Yeah, because the only spot I've ever touched down on is Laie. You know, went to the PCC and stuff like that. Got to tour around Oahu a little bit, but mostly our stay was in Laie. Actually, and for the most part, a lot of the people I know from Hawaii are from Laie. You know, from Kuhuku and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I thought it'd be good to have someone. And you know, to the other guys that were supposed to be here, maybe another pod they can be on. We had someone else from IAEA. You know how that's close to Waianae, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a more central part.
Yeah.
You know, like that. Yeah, you would say that would be like around by the airport area and stuff.
Mm.
Like from the airport to our place would be like without no traffic would be like a 20-minute drive. But with traffic, you'd be sitting in traffic for like 2 hours.
Traffic is shitty out there.
Traffic shitty out there. And I always see memes on the phone as far as Hawaii people, how we have to deal with traffic, you know, through snow and whatnot. But I don't know, like, I'd rather deal with snow traffic than traffic, if you ask me.
Well, shit, man, let's, we'll get more into, you know, where you're from and whatnot, but let us know who you are, how you grew up, and your transition from Hawaii to good old Salt Lake City. I know me and you, we worked together, and, you know, we had a lot of deep conversations and shit like that, so, you know, I just thought that, damn, man, people need to hear this guy's story and, you know, your come up and how you were brought up and whatnot, so go ahead, man, the floor is yours.
I brought up Waianae, Macau, moved around a lot. I had a pretty decent, you know, upbringing. Yeah. Yeah. From like ages, man. From when I could remember, I learned how to swim. Mm-hmm. You know, and I grew up around the beach.
Your dad just throw you in the water and tell you can't swim?
Well, it was more my grandma and my mom.
Yeah.
You know, my grandma and my mom was more of the ones that tossed me in the ocean. But my mom, she paddled canoe all her life. My grandma, you know, she was about just Hawaiian lifestyle as far as like going out and picking limu. Limu is a seaweed, you know. So just went out, picked limu, and from ages from 1 through 8, grew up around the beach. Yeah. Heavy on the beach. Yeah, heavy. I learned how to swim like 5 years old, you know. So, but yeah, I grew up around the beach heavy. Real water environment, you know. Did a lot of paddling from 8 to 12.
Yeah.
You know, well, not even from 8 to 16. Did a lot of paddling. Went to some state championships. Yeah. Yeah, paddling. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
like, what does paddling? You just on the
it's
board?
A 6-man canoe. It's 6-man canoe.
Oh, yeah, canoe. You're talking about canoe.
Yeah. Sorry.
Like
excuse me. Yeah. No. It's canoe. Canoeing, paddling. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, I did that from 8 to 12. No, from 8 to 16.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You had your own team, huh?
Yeah, because that upbringing then, that was heavy. Canoe clubs was heavy. Mm-hmm. So where I grew up, just a quarter mile away from my house where I grew up, the beach was right there, Pokai Bay. If anybody know that, and you know, familiar from that area, and had 2 big canoe clubs.
Wow.
At that time, and you talking about like 300-400 people in a canoe club. You know, from 8 to 60.
How's the training in that? Like, what do you do for training on that?
Run sand, you know, normal calisthenics, and run sand heavy. And as far as like, you know, paddling or canoeing, you know, they just throw you in the boat. First, you have tutorial, like, hey, have you ever paddled before? No. So the boat is on the sand, so you just, here you go, there's a paddle, and you just do the demonstrations and the tutorials while you're just sitting in the canoe on the sand. And, you know, you start to get a feel of it, and then, you know, we take you on a boat, and, you know, and that's when you just get your live tutorial within, 15, 20 minutes of just not knowing how, and all of a sudden, you know how to, you kind of get the concept of it. So just been doing that for a long time, paddling. Yeah. Been through a couple states from state championships.
That's tight, dude. I've only canoed at Scout Camp. How about you, Joe? Have you, other than Scout Camp?
Scout Camp. Yeah, that's the place.
Yeah.
You got to get your merit badge, you know, as part of a merit badge for Boy Scouts. And so, we're being at that age, that's what we did. We were in Scouts, and that was like our like getaway from home. You know, we go on these week camps, and you just try to get as many merit badges at these aquatic Boy Scout camps that they had. They don't have it. I don't know if they have it anymore. But that was one of the merit badges. Was you had to get your swimming merit badge first, or you had to get. Well, you had to show that you can swim first before you can do any of the water merit badges. And shit, I remember canoeing is just because it takes a lot of balance, and I was always a heavy set kid.
It does. It does.
I'm heavy now, so I don't know how I am with the canoe. I remember just
it does.
Just wobbling all the time. We tipped over a few times.
Yeah, it does, and you know it's different from here canoeing as far as like open ocean canoeing. You have the AMA where it's like just a stabilizer to have the canoe stay in one certain area. So you would have the AMA and would be preferably on the left hand side. So if you can constantly paddle on the right hand side, but your balance thinking you should be on the left a little. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and as if you paddling on the right hand side, you switch your feet. So you have you balance your feet. You switch your feet on the opposite side, so you have stability in your paddle, because you want to put a lot of power into it so you can actually go. You know what I mean? So you need that foundation as far as like moving your feet and moving your paddle.
Oh, okay. As you're sitting down.
Because if you just stand normal position and start paddling, you be off balance already. So you have to balance your feet too. So. Wow. But there's a lot of knowledge into going,
I'm pretty sure
and that's not
go for days.
It's timing. The person that you see in the front of you, you have to, you have to have the same timing, paddling time as him. Yeah. So you guys just have to stay on beat. Yeah. That's the best way you're gonna move a canoe, because if you off beat, you would feel the jerk in the powers potting in a car. It's like so all that comes into place.
Okay.
But,
so you did that from 12 to 16.
Yeah.
What were you doing after that?
I had 12. Man, I was just sports a little. After 16, football, maybe popcorn before high school, but I was just at the beach. To be honest, just went to school straight to canoe practice and right to the beach, and then that's basically it. It wasn't too much as far as football and baseball. I knew a lot, though. I knew a lot of them guys that was on the team, you know, because where you go after practice, you know what I mean? Like, just going to the beach.
Yeah,
so, you know, most of them guys that played football, they, you know, I'll see them at the beach after. You know,
my first semester when I went to Saddleback College, I went to Saddleback College with my cousin Steve. Stevie, shout out to Stevie. But I failed my first semester of college over there.
Okay.
Because after our practices in school, it was straight to the beach, and like I was just, dang, I loved it, man. Just going to the beach, and it's a real good pastime, man. It really passes the time because you're just out there just chilling.
Yeah, it does.
You go in the water, come out, sit on the towel, mess around. You know, you go play volleyball. Yeah. Get a good sweat in. There's a basketball court. We play basketball, then we'll go back in the water.
Yeah, it does. So, yeah, that's, man, like, and, you know, Waianae is a football, you know, football town too. Big time. Yeah. Yeah. Big time. So
the Warriors, right?
Huh? Sea Riders.
Oh, Sea Riders.
Yeah, Sea Riders.
Who's the Warrior?
Kamehameha.
Oh, yeah.
Kamehameha. Yeah. But yeah, Waianae is a big football town. Big football town. They have so much shirts where they say rooted, not recruited, defend, you know. It's a spot where everybody just shoved to the side. Yeah. You know, it's like an unspoken place. Like, oh, you from Waianae? It's more like kind of have to defend yourself a little. Like, oh, this guy from Waianae is always bringing trouble.
Oh, really?
You know, something. Yeah, something. Just something that, you know.
Was it just
on your back?
Yeah, it's just
or chip on your shoulder.
Was it just people just didn't get along with you guys, or they just looked at you guys as different, or
punchy? You know, real punchy, real. It's one way in, one way out. So if you come into our side, we're gonna kind of be like, yo, who's this guy? Right? You know what I mean? And we was just known for that. People steal cars. Usually you'll see them in Waianae, burnt out. You know, tires gone. You know, a couple times I get harassed over here, like, oh yeah, no, mind this guy. He from Mainland. You hear somebody just out of nowhere, lock your doors. You know, but it's something that, you know, we gotta live with. You know? Yeah. But that's the reason why we like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we just get that often anyway. Yo, this guy, he from Mainland. He might be on pump. So, but you know, I'm a lover boy, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? We pass aggressive, as you can say, like we. We've seen a lot of violence. There's a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, and all that. So they stick everybody, you know, all the homeless and all that. They come to Waianae, you know, with no bottle. Yeah. So one way in, one way out. You know, but that's where we get that reputation from. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Waianae. And our football program, it was good back then. Yeah. It was good. It was good.
So it's your transition from Waianae to here. Was it here you guys first came, when you guys came to the mainland, or was it?
My uncle. Yeah, my uncle was here first. Yeah. He was here first. And then, like, after a while, just... let me try to think. Things wasn't working out down there. You know what I mean? As far as like the way of life and how I was living and all that. So, you know, it was kind of transitional, was real hard, but it's something I felt like I had to do because I never seen, you know, like, I cannot really buy a house down here yet. You know what I mean? I work in a job, but I don't see no house in my, you know, my front view. So it was just logically, I just kind of packed up and came here, you know. Hopefully troubles would leave me, but, you know, karma, you know, humbles me and, you know, brought me back to reality quick when I moved up here, especially culture shock.
Yeah.
You know, that sunshine, rainbows, fishing, friends, you know what I mean? To family, to just one uncle, you know what I mean?
Dry air.
Dry air.
Desert, yeah.
And when I pulled up to the Salt Lake airport, when I landed, was literally, was that in the middle of October?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or beginning November, and was already blown out with snow on the mountains. You know, it was muggy, it was cloudy, it was cold, snow on the ground. So like, I guess this is where I'm at. You know.
Yeah.
And I hustled out of it, man. It was it's a blessing. It was culture shock.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, I bet.
Big time.
Coming up from, you know, just born near the waters, like you said, just fishing, canoeing, just being at the beach all the time too. Like, dang, there's no beach around here.
Yeah, and it seems more suppressed. You know what I mean? Take me out of my element. You know, I cannot go up in the mountains and just hunt pig. You know what I mean? I cannot just go to a pond, a lake, and just start casting. You know what I mean?
Wait, you said hunt pig? You used to go, what is it?
Yeah, pig hunting.
Yeah. Damn. How was that?
It was, reality check. You hard work, you know. Just like normal, not normal. You just more nature. You just nature involved. You know, not like just kind of really pay attention to your elements.
Yeah.
Dog breed that you have and the respect we got for the Aina.
Yeah. Well, how would you hunt them? Spears?
No.
Guns,
some people carry gun depending on where they at as far as location, you know, location and distance, but most is dog and knife.
Oh, wow.
And different islands, various different, you know, if you need weapons or, you know, you could just use dog, like, or you could just take the gun, you know what I mean? Just messing up.
So these were just wild pigs out in in the forest, or
yeah.
Wow.
Up in the mountains, it's a different element.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's a hike, you know, and you just depending on what various dogs you get and what time of the day you hit the mountain.
What type of dogs do you need? A type of dog to go like.
You know, like usually preferable. Well, depending, you know, I don't like give out too much as far as hunting wise.
Yeah.
Doing dog breeds, but more, you know, you want the type more with a good nose, but vicious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the same time, or you have one that is, you know, breeds that is, fast, tall, and just agility wise good, you know, like greyhounds, you know what I mean? Greyhounds, you have whippet dogs that is real quick, you know, so you try and breed those with dogs that has good nose or, you know, vicious dogs, you know.
Oh, so you would breed them?
Yeah, you crossbreed, you know.
Just trying to make a perfect hunting dog for to hunt pigs.
Yeah.
What dog did you have?
Well, it's not me.
Oh.
I mean, I had pit bulls growing up, but, you know, obviously that would be one of them, right? Pit bull. But as far as, like, hunting dogs, you know, my good friends, you know, his dad, you know, they had hunting dogs, so we used to go up there. Most times catch mosquito bites and, you know, small baby pigs. But, you know, we used to get lucky, you know, and sometimes used to be 12-hour hunts, you know.
Yeah.
12 hours. You know, we up in the mountains for the whole weekend, coming down Sunday morning.
Do you need a license to?
Yeah, you do. But you know, Hawaii is you know, locals. You know, you do. I mean, and it's preferable, just so they don't really
I'm pretty sure they had the restrictions. Probably not as strict as over here as far as like deer and duck and elk and whatever.
But it's always, you know, and it's always good to have tennis shoes and surf shorts.
Yeah.
Or slippers and surf shorts.
Because if you're not catching, then you just gotta go catch the fish, huh?
We just did a hike. I don't know what you talking about. You know? We just did a hike.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, so it's hard work, you know, you really have to pay attention to details as far as hunting.
Yeah.
You know, and same thing as, you know, like beach activities and fishing and diving and all that. And
do you try to do the same thing over here? I mean, as far as, because I know I've talked to you many times about, you know, our families, our kids and whatnot, and you kind of, you told me that the thing that you miss out is showing your kids how you grew up.
Yeah, and I try to. I try to do some elements.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't know where there's wild boars. Over here, there's a lot of deer. Right. I don't mind hunting bear and cougar because I can use dog. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is way out of my element as far as if I can have a couple dogs with me all the time, I'm good to go. But if it's just me, you, and a couple guns, and I mean, you know, we won't have that cougar on our back someplace. At least the dog would kind of smell that out, or fight my dog first before it get to me. So you know, Hawaii people, they really take dogs really seriously as far as hunting dogs and whatnot. But I try up here, try to do some stuff like canoeing. You know, like the water activities. You know. Swim. Like that's the first thing I wanted to do is have my kids learn how to swim. Even though it was out of my element, you know, take them to the nearest pool all the time. That was just, you know, what my mindset was. Like, yo, we gotta teach them how to swim first. So, and you know, that and my lifestyle of living. Yeah. You know, just a little. You know, not slippers, you know what I mean? You walk into somebody's house, you know, slippers, be real polite and all, just what I can teach them within my own elements. Because out here it's, you know, a different element, and I haven't took them fishing yet, which kind of bad, but it's just way, you know, it's like, yo, you gotta buy tag or fishing license, you know, certain fishes you can catch, or, you know, it's too much for grasp. Like, yo, can I just hook up bread or, you know, to a hook, and I'm not trying to commercialize this lake and, you know, and net everything out. I just want to survive, at least show my kids. But yeah, now you got to pay for all of that. And that. Local people, you cannot get around, I mean, cannot wrap your head around paying to go to a lake, or, you know what I mean? Like, pay for fishing license. What? Yo, come on. You know what I mean? So, it's like, every time I pull up to a lake, it's like, I gotta pay $20. What? You know, just to look at the view. What if I don't want to swim? You know? Yeah. But yeah, so I try and teach them what I can. That's cool. I really do.
Yeah. What do you do now? What do you do just on your spare time?
Nothing. Work. That's it.
That's all we do.
Yeah, that's all we do.
That's all we do, working.
Work. That's it. Yeah. Consistent work though. Yeah. Yeah, just stayed working is what you know, get your pay for all your troubles. If you just stay busy, stay active as far as positive wise. And I've been trying. I try, you know, to stay positive in an environment that I'm not used to. And you adapt. Yeah. And I like it though. I like the change in the environment. Yeah. It makes me. What is that? Makes me
we gotta
Intermission.
We have an ad
Ted Lasso
going on right now. Ted Lasso. That is a
I mess
funny
with
show.
Ted.
Yeah.
I mess with Ted.
Hi, Ted.
Ted, nice guy.
Yeah. So how many times have you been back to Hawaii with just yourself or with your kids? And
so we went. I try to go every year or every 2 years, but we went back in 2018, and I took my kids exactly where it's the first place we went was Pokai Bay. I took them exactly where I learned how to swim. It's the first place we went, and then seeing family, just show them like, yo, this is where I swam. This is what this is everything to me, Like, and it still looked the same, You got the jetties on the side and all that, but like we just went down there, checked that out, and then we came back a couple of days. Then I took them to the surf spot, like maybe 100 feet out, Took them surfing for the first time, which that's all I ever wanted, you know what I mean, for my kids, is just have them enjoy that lifestyle. Yeah. And then we're supposed to go back in January of 2021. And hopefully it's going to be a short experience, but I'm hoping I can cram a lot of stuff in a process, as far as us being down there.
Joe, I remember you telling me about your COVID experience you went when the pandemic hit. How was that?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
They had all the wildlife happening. There was monk seals. Seen a few of those. Seen a family of manta rays. There was clean beaches. That was pretty crazy. A lot of turtles. Yeah. And fish kind of just jumping in and out of the water.
Yeah. And you don't normally see that, like, if people were actually at the beach, like, just... because I know that when it hit, you were telling me nobody was...
Empty beaches.
Yeah.
Empty beaches. Yeah. Maybe you and, 4 or 5 other people just randomly spread out.
Wow. Yeah. That was the most perfect time you could have went and visited the islands.
I'll remember that forever. I don't know if that's going to happen again.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
My side is already blown out as far as tourist wise, big time. And as far as turtle, we have a hill over there. They call it Aki's Beach. It's short. It's the Hawaiian name, but it's we call them Aki's Beach, but it's like a birthplace, a hill, a birthplace for turtles and whatnot. So turtles, dolphins, stingrays. Yeah. I've seen that all my life, just paddling, just from where I grew up. Yeah. It's a bay area. Yeah. So you got the rough water, the calming of the bay. You got all that all in one realm, from 10 yards out to a mile out. So, and you seen all that. Yeah. Seen all that just in the bay area, just a mile out. You see all life. Yeah. And it was nice. It's nice, yeah. Just watching wildlife and stuff like that. So that's cool. I'm glad you experienced that, especially first-hand view where you really don't see nobody, and you just all you see is life. It's nice, peaceful. I'm glad you experienced that.
It was a trip, man. I wasn't sure if I was watching the wildlife or if they was watching me. They're kind of everywhere, man. It was crazy to see it all happening.
And you could just see them from the sand where you were just standing. You could just
we just go to just random beaches, North Shore a lot, and all those beaches are usually crowded. But
North Shore is crowded.
But that was on Oahu. I haven't been to a lot of the other islands. I want to go back and check them out.
Yeah.
Oahu is the most
populated.
It's the most busiest island. Yeah, population is a lot, but other islands not so much. Yeah, maybe Maui would probably be the closest, but not trying to promote Maui out there and go visit. Yeah, whatnot.
But go.
It's nice. It's nice.
I want to check them all.
Every island is nice. Yeah. They have their own different elements, some is way more laid back than others.
Yeah.
You know, but it's nice. It's nice, beautiful.
Yeah. So what are you trying to do here, as far as family wise and for yourself as well? Like, what are you trying to? Is there like a goal or anything you're trying to do?
Yeah. Well, just trying to.
Because I've talked to you many times. That,
still live a local lifestyle. Still live a local lifestyle in a element that I'm not used to then, and trying to really grasp on how, you know, as far as real estate and how people monopoly their way around, you know, this so-called United States. So just that's basically it. Just trying to stay working, stay busy, you know, make payments, all that. And yeah, just, I don't know, man. Would be nice to, you know, try and own my own business, but it's, you know, it's a lot of risk.
Yeah.
You know, so.
You say risk and reward are.
Yeah, it is, but, you know, like, some people just don't have the means, the backing, just in case if they mess up, you know. You always worry about that, so. Yeah, just trying to monopoly my way around, you know. Yeah. That's it. But steady working, you know, just steady working. Just thinking of other outlets. Yeah. But yeah, and trying to keep the Aloha spirit in my household. Yeah. You know, that's it. You know, I try to carry that around too. So, but yeah.
I mean, I see that from time to time. Right? You just, you know, we both clocking in at work and just, you know, we just chill most of the time. The whole shift, we're just chill and just conversating about, you know, our lives and
you know, I try and find my beach. You know, and no matter where I go, you see the Corona, commercial. You see that, you know what I mean? So I try and find that, and you know, most of the time you see me with a smile. You know, and that's what I try and do. And
carry that same beach every time.
Not different. Oh no, for the most part, for the most part, it is. You know, Tambolan. Shout out Tambolan, Tambolan, Miley Beach. Yo. You guys know. Love you guys. Yeah, you can check that out on Capena's album back in the days. You know, Tambolan Jam. They know. Waianae people know Tambolan. But yeah, that's, you know, I try to find that.
Check that out.
Try and find that. You know, find my Tambolan. Yeah, bodyboard all my life, you know. So I've been around the ocean all my life, But, yeah, so try to find my beach around a beachless, America. America, you know.
God bless. That's cool. Who's on your beach? When you do think about your beach?
It's family. First and foremost, family. You know, the one that passed. You know, all that. Think about all that. Talking about that make me teary-eyed because that's, you know, that's family. That's close. So that's where the Aloha spirit come from too. Is what you learn. You know, what you've been taught, and you know, so sometimes come with bad habits too. But you take all that too. Yeah. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. But yeah, most of the time, you find the beach, make you think of your family. Yeah. So, but yeah, sensitive question, Thank you for asking.
No, you get deep into this motherfucker.
A little. Yeah. But yeah, so try and do that in a place like this. Yeah. You know, hard to balance. You know what I mean? Mainland to island lifestyle. So, you know, difficult for any islander, any, you know, Samoan, Hawaiian, you know, Marshallese, Filipino. Yeah. You know, it's culture shock, for them. You know, they're used to different violence, you know what I mean? Where up here it's like, you know, a simple argument might just get you thrown in jail instead of you could have just either duked it out, you know what I mean, or squash that, because at the end of the day, you still gonna hold resentment anyway because you call the cops all the time, you know what I mean? So you're gonna try and egg your house and all that. So if you nip that in the butt real quick.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how it is, the lifestyle in Hawaii. But yeah.
Oh, brother, I like scrap, bro.
Basically. But yeah.
You did a lot of scrapping growing up?
Nah, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Like I said, I've been at the beach, you know what I mean? I've seen a lot, you know what I mean? And yeah, I used to scrap with my brothers, you know, but shout out my Hanai brother, Bob's.
How many siblings you have?
Three younger brothers.
Yeah. They're all here or back home?
Back home in Hawaii. Just living the local boy style. Yeah. Trying to get them to come up. Yeah. But they don't. No, they don't. They're not having it.
They'll come up when there's a beach over here.
Basically. Or when they figure out they can buy a house, you know, one or the other.
How was that? How was the I'm pretty sure you're tuned into like the high pricing out there in Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
How is that? How they living out there? Is it? I mean, I know they're living the local life, but I'm pretty sure, you know, a lot of local people out there are having problems just trying to live, just trying to pay their rent, car payments, any payments. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a struggle. Mm-hmm. It is. I mean, you have some subsistence where they help you as far as like Hawaiian homestead land. And Hawaiian homestead land is, a land that it's leased to a family. Yeah. With Hawaiian, like Hawaiian descent.
Yeah.
So would have to be
just the Hawaiian native.
Yeah, you have to be like 50% Hawaiian to just even qualify to lease a land. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot where I'm from. Hawaiian homestead is spoke a lot, in Hawaii, mm-hmm. and that's what it is. It's a land that they lease you. You own the house, mm-hmm. but you don't own the land. But you can sell the land or pass the land down to somebody that has 50% or more Hawaiian, if that makes sense. So you have that out there. I mean, people still live with each other.
You do? Do you have relatives that live in those homesteads, or?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah,
oh,
yeah, and they mostly in the valley. Yeah, Waianae Valley Homestead. Shout out Waianae Valley. I lived up in the mountains around Waianae Homestead a while too. That was just all in the realm from mountain to ocean. I had family. So I had family, up in the mountain where they had piggeries and all that. Mm-hmm. And it's up there nice. I'm from there. No go Waianae Valley. Waianae Valley is, my brothers out there. I love them. Stroke family up there. Mm-hmm. My dad's side too. So
what is your background? What is your
Hawaiian Caucasian?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my dad is full blown Hawaiian. My mom is Hawaiian Caucasian. Mm. So yeah.
So you're more Hawaiian.
Yeah, more Hawaiian. Yeah, but my grandma on my mom's side, mm-hmm. my grandma that raised me, she looked haole.
Oh wow.
Big time, yeah, big time. Haole, white.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had a pidgin accent, mm-hmm. Real titter style. Yeah. But yeah, my grandma. Shout out my grandma. I love her. Grandma Nancy.
I always ask this, with locals, when they come here from Hawaii, did you ever have to hide your? Because it sounds like you can hear your pidgin, but it probably transitioned into more,
English.
More English, per se or whatnot, but. I can still hear it. Yeah. Did you have to hide it? Did someone have to tell you, hey, you can't be speaking pidgin over here because some of the people won't understand? I feel like sometimes like when your pidgin accent is deep, like it's kind of like you don't want to talk. Kind of like anywhere,
Yeah, where you hide it. Yeah, I totally understand. And you go how your surroundings, like the people around you, like, or just maybe not even speak to you, maybe just look what type of, slippers or flip flops you wearing. You know what I mean? Like, just, so, but it just, it varies to my surroundings, and surroundings around me. And usually if, it's your parents, on how you approach me going to determine how much broken English I can speak to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if I had, uncles would be a little more broken, but, the viewers out there, whatnot. So it's just all depending on how, on my surroundings and who's around me and, who's interacting with me immediately as opposed to me trying to interact with somebody. And, usually you would have to think before you talk. So that broken English will come out crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's a hard transition. Yeah. It is. I still hold back some, still to this day.
Oh, you don't gotta hold it back here.
I know, but I know. But I still trying to learn proper English. Yeah.
Hey, some people can't.
I have a hard time. My God, I have a hard time speaking. I gotta think before I talk, so kind of make me look, like cuckoo a little bit.
I went to Hilo. I went to the hardware store.
Yeah.
To go buy some stuff for Moo's punching bag. We'll go hang up the punching bag in his backyard. When I get to the hardware store, I ask for an eye hook. Just like the little circle hook. I ask the lady, just a simple question. We're gonna, these are the things I need. Eye hook, chain. So that she answered my question and I didn't understand her. It was
you get that.
Yeah. And then she had to point to where I was trying to look for the items. Which is, some people can turn it off and speak English.
No, dude.
Some people.
No.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, that's how deep her accent was.
In Hilo.
On
Big Island. Yeah. Like her English was, that's just what it was. And I had to figure it out.
But it's like that. Them far reach places. Yeah. Hilo is, old Hawaiian town. Been through a lot too, so they're not trying to change no culture for nobody over there. And it's like that everywhere, but the further away you get from Oahu, whether you towards the ocean, up in the mountains, the further you away from Oahu, the more crazy your picture get. You know what I mean? So, locals up here that don't understand me, and they from Hawaii. I might not even understand that lady that you was interacting with.
I heard
you know what I mean? So,
like different islands, they have different style.
Different,
of pidgin.
Yeah.
Like why is that? Where does the is it just a cross breed from like Japanese culture coming over, Chinese coming, Filipinos coming over, then of course the Hawaiians, and then you got the Americans that settle over there, and is it just kind of like New England when the British came over, and now Boston, they have this thing where a lot of people want them to say car, it's like they'll park the car over there, kind of like that, and we all know that it's just a mixture from British and American, English, and where do you think it comes from?
It's more like a hang loose, dragged out English. Yeah. Like everything that you use with the A, you have to think that it's an A and an H. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like everything that I don't was that pronunciation or so like you would always Canada like A. Yeah. But we would use that in between.
Right.
Okay. And stuck, man.
Because you guys got a lot of slang that I
like outside. Waianae side is more. It's more heavy pidgin, heavy broken English, but more what do you call that? When you criticizing somebody, like always criticizing, like you joking, but you always like criticizing somebody in the joke all the time.
Sarcastic?
Yes. You like always going to always be a sarcastic joke.
Okay.
Always.
Well, that's just like my fan. Well, I believe that's the
right.
Our Samoan people are like that.
Right.
We use sarcasm all the time.
Right.
It's just how we joke around.
Like
that's just
like
our
heavy.
Humor. That's just our humor.
Heavy. Somebody was walking in, like, say for instance, my guy. I mean, the slippers. You know what I mean? Like, like this just small stuff that we pay attention to, but like we catch them like, oh, my guy, so you really holding on to them locals. You know what I mean? And locals, we talking about slippers.
Yeah.
For them viewers out there, but yeah, like my guy was all, seeing it was all duct taped up and all that. So, like, sorry, but like along that realm in a more broken English pronunciation. So, but
this guy wears slippers all the time. It don't even matter.
I do the same. But I seen that. I was like, oh my God, you really holding on to them locals.
I have my logo slippers, and I put some Gorilla Tape on them. Just because, I mean, they're useful. They're still good. They work. They do what they're supposed to do.
I told them, I ain't judging. I hold on to them.
Tape is good for anything.
I hold on to them too like that. You know what I mean? So
you got to hold the family together somehow, Use that duct tape.
But yeah, so there's way more sarcastic joking around as far as any place else.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, guys gonna stop beefing at any time anyway. Basketball games, like straight beef,
Yeah.
But, yeah, why not?
Yeah. You talk about your beach. What kind of beach do you want to set up for your kids? Because I know when they grow up, they're going to have to put their own things on there.
Yeah, the same beach that I grew up. I trying to go back. I really am, But, financials and all that really, put a hold on everything we do. So, I try take them to the same place, try and get there, That's it. Let's just try and get there and let them figure out what they think about this beach.
Yeah.
And and hopefully I can show them what where I swam.
Yeah.
Just
your brain.
Some fishing, some fishing spots, or how you before you jump in the water, you pay attention to your environment. Check the currents, check the weather, like all that, play in the same realm. So if I can teach them all that before they jump in the ocean and they know how to swim, they have some type of bird's eye view at least. Like, oh, my dad taught me how to swim, and maybe check the ocean before I jump in. I cannot just jump in and get swooped up. So
what do you want for
them?
Your kids? Yeah.
Ooh. Find their own beach. Be their own person. I mean, I only have so much resources teaching them my upbringing, Hawaiian ancestry and all that. I only have so much of that. I'm still out of touch myself, so maybe if I would be able to go back to Hawaii, they'll be more in tune with their culture, and they'll see, like, that's how these Hawaiians lived, like really self-sustained.
Yeah.
I mean, we cannot do that now, but if they have a mindset to be self-sustained, then that's part of the process, I think. And that's no matter where we are, even if I don't make it down to Hawaii, at least, right or wrong, and try and have them find their own beach in a world like this, I say. But yeah, and good education.
Yeah.
Have a good education. Yeah.
How's your... I taught you about about our kids many times, and you revealed to me about your oldest son. How's your relationship with your oldest son? I know you're trying to be in his life more and whatnot.
As far as now, he's his own man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, it always breaks your heart to be distanced from your kid.
Mm-hmm.
But, you try and have that communication, which I've been lacking of. You know what I mean? Due to just the whole circumstances of where I'm at and whatnot. So now that I've been in a good spot for a while, so I'm just trying to be reaching out, but might be a little too distant already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as me being out of his life for a long period of time, so trying to work out that relationship. I just spoke to him yesterday.
Oh,
you know
nice.
what I mean? So
nice.
And
he's still back in Hawaii.
He's still back in Hawaii. Yeah. He working, you know, doing that adult stuff.
Yeah.
And I asked him too, the conversations we had, if he went to the beach.
Yeah.
Yo, you been going beach? Nah, just been working. So, like usual local boy stuff, go work, kick ass, and, go home.
Yeah.
But sorry if I can't use that.
No, you're fine.
But yeah. And shout out them local boys that be working hard out there, yo. There's a bunch of them. My brother. They all working hard, yo. Construction life.
Yeah.
So them guys, when you coming back, you can come work construction.
Yeah.
Construction.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I like that, man. Having a relationship with your kids, because when I went through my split with my kid's mom, the first thing on my mind was like, my feet gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
My feet gotta keep moving. I gotta keep providing. I gotta keep protecting because of my kids.
Yeah.
Because I know in my heart, and I believe in my heart that my kids love me too.
Yeah.
And they've seen me all their life, they're still young, but they see me every day. Go to work. I gotta go to work. And mostly my son, who's my only boy, is always asking me, do you work tonight? Oh, I wish he didn't work. Do you work tonight? Oh, I wish he didn't work. But he gets it why I have to go to work.
Yeah.
I've explained it many times. This is the way I provide for you guys.
Yeah.
This is the way I can get you things. This is the way, you're going to go to school. But I got to go. But I'll be back. And so, I admire that. No matter how distant you are from your oldest son, you're trying to just be a father.
You try.
You're just trying to be a father.
Yeah, try. And that's funny you say that. It went the opposite way too, because I tried and bring my dad up here. My dad that I haven't seen in 20 years. And just all of a sudden just try and work that relationship with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was still out of touch between me and him too. So, I try do that circle of life type stuff where, you good energy, and I just try and keep good energy with my son. I try and tell him real facts that I from the heart, like, yo, this is what I think. You know what I mean? Unless you ain't getting no permission on your mother's side, there's nothing I can really do.
Yeah.
You bump heads and you feel like he picks sides, but it's something you just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Always gonna be in the back of your head, like, man, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yeah. If only he was just here. You know what I mean? I'll show him what I'll be able to do for him and provide, but distance, and partially the blame is me too, just trying to find my realm, in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah.
You know what I
Your
mean?
beach. Yeah,
trying to find my beach.
Yeah.
It took a while, had, rough waters, you know what I mean? Calm oceans, but yeah, and trying to get that back, trying to grasp that, distance.
Yeah.
Because I missed so much time.
Yeah.
So just let me try and grasp that. And I feel like not really working. Okay, so all that energy I have to apply it to the kids that I have here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And try and provide them with that mentality, that anger, that love that you had for your distant kid.
Yeah.
So it's more extra for them now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So try and do that.
Yeah, and hopefully he opens up a little bit more, because I know it's gonna be hard trying to catch up.
Yeah, it is.
And being so distant so far.
Yes.
Is you're not gonna get all of that catch up.
No.
You know what I mean? And so whatever you can get it, and be grateful that you have a relationship with your kids. I know for me, that's one thing I don't want to be distant.
Yes. And that's a different type of, that right there is a different type of hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, for real.
Yeah.
That can make or break you. That type of hurt can either put you thinking crazy and you end up in some place where you're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Or you going to look at that as that's your strength.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was just saying, all that hurt, all that energy, you take that, do better with that for your kids that you have here now.
Yeah.
So, but that's a different type of hurt.
Yeah.
It's touchy, sensitive. Nobody really talk about that, but that's my son.
That's the thing. You got motherfuckers need to know that you got to talk about it. Especially with fathers.
Definitely. And baby's mom, she know the. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really. I've been 18 years of it. Thinking like what you did wrong or whatnot. So that realm I have a lot of experience of too, because it's not. It's nothing that you really play around with. It's somebody's offspring, and that really can make or break you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It shows your weakness and show you true strength all in one.
Yeah.
It's just how finding your beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and, came with demons when I came up here because of that.
Yeah.
And family out there, they know, and I love them dearly for it.
Yeah.
But they accepted it. I understood it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I moved past it.
Mm-hmm.
So stepping back from it and looking like, I really, when we talk on the dog, like, this is shit. You know what I mean? Like, really?
Yeah.
So, but that's just my perspective and how I cope with the distance, the communication with my son. Because still to this day, it's still kind of small talk. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, so just trying to get that. And with the kids I have now, as far as living with me, everything I do wrong, I try and make that right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything I did wrong, I try and make that right.
Yeah.
So
I'm
don't
pretty
catch
sure
my kids all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure just with the relationship, or with you going through that with your first kid, it has made you probably more a loving father to your kids now, more of a caring father, more of being alert of what you need to do as a father to provide and protect for your kids.
Yeah.
And the only, you gotta tell, because we all in the same boat. We all have kids. We have family. And we got dependents that need to depend on us. And
they depend.
Like I said, it's up to us how we set, how we set the beach up.
Yeah, how we set the beach up.
And so when they do go on that beach, they're like, okay, this is how I want it now. Yeah. Now I could make my own beach how I want it.
They can set their chairs or anything that they have, they can set on that beach that you sort of, and try and create it for them. So But yeah, it's definitely a work in progress.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Definitely a work in progress.
Joe, I know you've been through the similar thing. How was it coming back to be around Paul and mostly Paul, but how is it coming? You know,
I always understood, as long as you know your parents love you, what else?
Yeah. Yeah.
It made the most sense to me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I want. I want my kids to know that I love them with all my heart. You know, I'll do anything.
Yeah.
To make sure they get where they need to be. Make sure they have, food on the table, clothes on their back. You know, make sure they have a roof over their head, and get the best out of life. You know, I was talking with my boy, because my boy, he's a creative mind, but I believe creative minds keep things in themselves and they express it through their creative, acts, whether it's painting, music, or whatever. But I feel you still need to talk about it, and for my son, he I feel like he holds a lot of stuff, and I'm finally trying to break into him and get him to talk more and express himself more. And there's one thing I told him. I was like, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, anything could happen to any of us where our Heavenly Father could take us and He would need us up in the heavens, and I won't be here on earth. And he's like, oh, well, I don't want you gone. Are you leaving? Are you going? I'm like, no, I'm not going. I'm just letting you know that you're not guaranteed tomorrow. So whatever you do yesterday or today, you got to make the best of it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Kids are a trip, man.
It is.
I love kids, being around my nieces, being around my nephews. It's cool to see, kind of how my brothers were when, I do see how my siblings were when they were young and they're kids now,
Yeah.
And so, it's real, it's enjoyable for me to see not just my kids, but my nieces and nephew develop into, just watching them develop.
Yeah.
So I love it.
They come into their own personalities.
Yeah.
You see, oh, this guy's a rough one right here. This your niece might be more loving. It's crazy to have all their own personalities. And we cannot really rough them up like how we got roughed up.
Oh no, we can't. The iron hand is different now.
Yeah, so usually
the iron is off the hand, and it's just
you try and you make sense of
tap.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, and you try and explain to them and have them make sense of it.
Yeah.
You're trying to explain, but that's work in progress too.
Yeah.
For me, at least, broken English.
No, so I understand you very well.
Thank you.
What is it? Is there anything else that you're trying to get into? I know, shoot, man, we're always talking about doing some side hustles and whatnot. This is my side hustle.
Yeah, and I like it. Thank you for having me too. By the way,
anytime. I'm happy you're on here. But is there anything that that you're doing to better yourself, other than just going to your 9 to 5 and just trying to better yourself, better your family?
No, nothing. Just trying to. No, nothing. Just work, come home. Yeah. Basically, right now, as of right now, just working and coming home.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with
it's
that.
Consistent. I just try and stay consistent with just work and go home. But no, nothing. Just trying to monopoly my way as far as see where this economy go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tell us a little bit about your little jiu-jitsu background.
Oh,
yeah, get into that, man.
That's one thing I found. That's my beach.
Yeah.
You know, my chaos. You know, riding waves. It's riding waves. See one peak in front of you, give you a scarce feeling. Like that's like chaos. Behind that wave, you don't know. You see shots, but I needed to have that type of chaos, and I think I found that in jiu-jitsu and wrestling, and been doing it. I was up here lost for a minute. I never know, trying to really find my beach. Just going from job to job, steady working, but just kind of job to job, and until I found this Hawaiian brada. I really never go to one gym where it was just all, Brazilians or all Howleys and whatnot. I really wanted to.
And where's the gym at?
It's Redwood and 35th behind.
Behind the movie theaters.
Yeah, okay. Physical Concepts. It's called. Shout out, Reed. But just wanted to find somebody local, at least one local guy that I can kind of adapt to from the jump. And then my girl was like, so and so, Reed get this jiu-jitsu open. Let me check this out. So as soon as I got there, same thing as me, being somebody with no experience, just kind of, paddling, trying to find that rhythm. And, once we went through some motions, did like a week of, what is that? Trials. Trial. Like, that's what I needed, like some type of chaos, something that, hurt me, I guess you can say, when your parents tell you, don't touch that, that's hot. You know what I mean? That's that type of itch that I had, but I didn't want to, you could call that anger, but of course, what, or you want me to channel that, so that's what I found, and I just felt like that was a perfect combination for as far as physical and mental and failure and success. And once I had that whole picture, once I figured it out and be like certain submissions, locks and all that, once that hurt me, I kind of felt it like, ooh, I don't want to be in this no more. You know what I mean? And then you go through, you as months go along, as you progress, you know what I mean? That's more second nature of what and I needed that. That was like my wave. That's what I needed. I needed the feel of riding a wave, but I also needed the failure of me, the wave pounding me. You know what I mean? So that's where I found my beach, and I've been head first in that ever since. And I'm under him, I'm a blue belt. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's I hit and miss when I go. I hardly been, pandemic and all that. But
you get your ass back in there.
Yes, I know. And he tells me all the time. I get scoldings from him, sarcastically joking. You know what I mean? Like when he see me hitting the gym, like, we're going to keep him over here a little while longer. You know what I mean? So, and when I first, not to backtrack, but when I first started, I had guys that was same size as me. So I wasn't the biggest guy going in the gym. You know what I mean? The biggest I was, the person that I was bigger than was my coach. Everybody else was bigger than me. Coach Elvin, shout out Coach Elvin. He's a judo black belt, second degree. So Coach Elvin, shout out him. A couple of, there's one more coach out there. I forget his name, but, so them guys was bigger than me. And when I was learning in the process, I was getting really thrown around. And the person that was smaller than me was actually submitting me. So I knew it had something to, you know, like I just had to find.
I'm pretty sure it humbled you. You know,
oh, big
like,
time.
Oh
like,
shit, I'm not the shit. You know what I mean? This little
big
guy's
time.
fucking me up.
And I, but see that made me more nicer. You know what I mean? Like that made me way more calm. You know, like not necessarily trying to mess somebody up, but if I can defend myself amongst shocks around here, then that's just as good as, you know, anything else. So I just thought of it that way, and I progressed pretty fast by thinking of it like that. You know, more of a just, you know, self-defense. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? Like, and I talk about it a lot because I love it. Yo.
That training's hard. That training's hard. I mean, I didn't do a lot of when I was rolling around here at Absolute MMA. You know, I was learning a little bit of jiu-jitsu, but really I was more of a wrestler and a striker. You know, and so I loved wrestling. And I'll tell you the truth, I'd choose wrestling over jiu-jitsu just because I know more of the knowledge of wrestling. I know for me, myself, I do want to gain more knowledge of jiu-jitsu. I want to learn jiu-jitsu. But right now, I have to go with wrestling. I have to go with what's good for me. And, you know, since I have striking and wrestling, you know, background, I know how to defend myself. I think with any MMA and any martial arts is good for anyone. Just and
there's a big debate out there between wrestling and jiu-jitsu. And, you know, a lot of them favor wrestling, which I understand. You know what I mean? I do. I understand, like, just the overall picture of pinning somebody and they can't do nothing to you is that's you swimming with sharks, yo. That's what it is. You actually swimming with sharks, yo. You just a turtle that flipped up on its back. If you if you really don't know nothing about those ground game, you done, yo. 80% of, you know, altercations, violence, most of them end up on the ground.
Man, it's shitty being down there. You know, I bet when I first started wrestling, I got put in a cradle. And, man, just because, like I said, I was always a bigger kid. And I was, you know, bigger around this region right here. And so being in a cradle with my fucking belly button, someone's actually putting my belly button in my face, and you're just like,
and
you can't really, it's just like, fuck, I want to get the fuck out of here.
It's cutting all oxygen out of your...
And the only way he's going to let go, as soon as the ref goes just like that, you're pinned, you know? And as soon as they let go, you just want to get up and start throwing freaking hands and shit. Like,
but you have to control yourself because you know you that's that ego. It's that humble you.
And that's where that really control comes from. That really humble. When you lose, you're like, all right, I'm gonna go back and learn my shit. And come back, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
And that's it's humbling. You know? I get that all the time. Every time I go there. And since I'm a little bigger than most guys over there at the gym, in my heart, I feel like I'll be more dominant, but I stay more passive aggressive because I have that switch. You know, it's just like when something make you really mad. Like, say for instance, like he like just straight onboard me, just all his might. You know what I mean? Like that would change the trajectory of, you know, you guys rolling. So you just really have to keep that in. And, you know.
Well, like you said, it's being consistent, you know. It's just like consistent work. You want to be, you know, good at this and really learn how to defend yourself and, you know, in any fight, you know.
And you gotta really hold that
that's
in.
Why, you know, that's what I'm saying. Get your dumb ass in the gym.
So that's why I'm really, you know, that's what made me a little good, you know, not a little good, but learn faster is by being passive aggressive. You know what I mean? Just letting people tap me out. Ooh, this, you know, just really losing, but really learning. Like, ooh, this guy, he got a hold of my neck. How? You know what I mean? I putting my chin down. everything is going right, but what, so.
So you're saying you like to get choked and spanked and pull my hair?
Nah, not necessarily. Not necessarily, but hey, when I do it to you, you best be having the same mentality as me. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
If that makes sense. Hey, I'm not trying, like, that's a good one, but you know what I mean? Not trying to be, we just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
I went to a gym up in Sandy. I can't remember what it was called. It was a jiu-jitsu gym.
Mm-hmm.
And they partnered me up with a big guy about my height and size. And that's one of the first things he said to me. He's like, hey, you can go ahead and rough me up. It's all right. And I was like, oh. In my mind, I was like, well, what does that mean? Just to find out, when we started, the guy started trying to rough me up. And he was just going at it. And I was like, oh, all right. And so I had to, match the level of energy.
Match the level. You have to.
Yeah. And then he stopped trying to rough me up. And so it was kind of interesting. Just because I don't know what, I mean, you go there for a workout.
You have to. I mean, yeah. That's exactly right. So you have to match his intensity with a smile.
Yeah.
But he just cranked your neck 30 seconds ago. You want to take his, you know what I mean? Take his head off. All that, like, that's.
I think it's a great workout.
It is.
It is.
They're mentally, physically.
Yeah.
You go, you leave the gym or any place, just your spirit. I mean, like, everything just.
I really think it's a humbling experience.
It is,
when I was learning jiu-jitsu during the jiu-jitsu class. It was a humbling experience because it was smaller guys that I know if we went toes, of course I'm I'm a pound jab to the ground and being out of my element, which is wrestling. And wrestling, you don't want to be on your back.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm giving my back. When I was starting, I was giving my back, and it's just okay. I want that. Yeah. And so I learned how to be on my back, but they were still submitting me because if they're getting this limb, they were getting this limb. If they're getting this limb, they were getting these limbs. Whatever limb they can get, and that was like the concept of staying tight. Staying tight.
Well, jiu-jitsu is it's for the smaller guy to be able to battle the bigger guy.
Strategically,
strategically
battle.
It isn't. Yes. So big dudes like us, if a smaller guy came and just that's kind of for them to do that.
Yeah.
And it works.
And it does. It does. So like going through it and seeing the bigger picture, like that's legit. Like. Yeah. You start thinking like, why is nobody else doing this? Where everybody else at?
Yeah.
So I'm just putting that in my pocket. I'm surprised you brought that up, but I love it.
Yeah.
So every so often I go, not now through pandemic, but that's my beach that I found here.
Yeah.
And that's something that humbles me. It gives me everything, just being nice overall. Knowing, certain places you at, you know how to defend yourself. Yeah. In a proper manner, nice way. You know what I mean? So,
gym is a good place to express those movements.
Yeah,
because sometimes they get clogged up in here.
Exactly,
you want to do something about it.
Exactly.
But I mean,
exactly. That's what the gym is for. Yeah. But yeah.
Hey, so I don't know how much time we have left before we give Joe. Joe's always awesome questions.
I'm just cruising along.
Thank
you for being here. Right on.
Thank you for having me. Sorry I've been repeating myself.
Thank you for having us.
I just
wanted, shout out to Rex and Pie.
I just wanted you to kind of, if you kind of define, you being in Hawaii. Growing up there, and then with your son, your distance relationship, and then with your kids now over here, you transition over here to Salt Lake. If you can just define who you are now with everything that you've gone through, and then everything that you're about to go through. You know what I mean? The goals and the stuff because your life is not over. You're still moving.
Me as of today, man, I'm a try and stay well-rounded guy. You know, very well-rounded, very humble. Try, you know, everybody get demons on their days. You know, working my realm, just working my way through slowly.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, real local Waianae, straight Waianae. You know, nothing more Macaw to be preferable. You know, shout out Macaw boys. You know who they are.
Macaw.
Yeah, Macaw. Shout out Mocktown. But I still carry Waianae with me. You know what I mean? I hold my broken English a little, like we said, but you know I still carry that with me. They still have that spirit. You know, there's nothing I cannot let that go. Yo, no matter where I stay, what I do. You know what I mean? I cannot forget what my uncles taught me. You know what I seen. Yeah. You know, good and bad. Cause Waianae, they have their, you know, you have everything in that element. You know, homeless, like just when I was growing up, you just seen that. And I try and stay. I try and be a nice guy. Straight up, bring my aloha with me all the time. Find you with me. I mean, you see me around, you see me smiling. I just trying to find my beach in this place of chaos. You know, and just consistent work. Just trying to stay consistent at work. You know, give a good positive. Be a positive role model to my kids.
Nice.
You know, just a little. You know what I mean?
Always gotta be positive, man.
Just a little. They see your struggles and your demeanors when you come home. But you know what I mean? Just trying to, find that beach, like I said, repeatedly say, you know, give them that aloha spirit.
Yeah.
Constantly talk about where you from to them. You know, constantly talk about the beach and how it was to my kids. Just constantly do that because that's all I get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as far as now, nothing really going on with me now. Just trying to move back to Hawaii. Yeah. That's about it.
We'll
I
don't know. There.
Yeah. I don't know how it is. I don't know how I might make it, but that's the goal. That's a lifetime goal. Yeah. So.
Real quick before we end again, I know you grew up with Max's brother.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about Max Holloway? You think
it's Waianae right there too. You know what I mean? We're gonna ride with him all the way. You know, that's Max. Yeah. He been at it for a while. Yeah. Shout out Max Holloway. Shout out, for real.
Get him, boy.
Hey, from 13 years old, I think. I don't know how old he was, but from that age, watching him run beach. You know what I mean? Like, so I salute him. I really seen his hard work. I really seen him run beach, and he was to himself. Skinny Max. You know what I mean? Yeah. And to see him like this now, shout out. He put Waianae on the map, which there's a lot of people from Waianae too that nobody know about. Like, say for instance, Jason Momoa's dad. You know what I mean? He paddled. Yes, yeah, he paddled. I know him all my life.
Shout out to Jason Momoa's dad. Waianae.
Uncle Joe, Auntie Alex. Sorry to get you guys out there, but I know. You know what I mean? Yeah, and couple, musicians, Brother Is, that they're all out there.
Brother Is from Waianae?
He grew up, born and raised Central Oahu, but he claimed Waianae Macaw. His ashes is in scattered in Waianae. Makua Beach preferable. Everybody know that. Pray for Sets, Yokohamas, but Max Holloway, shout out, Waianae. Yeah. You guys know what it is. I love you guys to death. Sorry I'm not there to my friends,
Hey, you plan on getting back? So
planning on getting back. Definitely. I don't know how, but you'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
Yes.
I believe in you.
Yes. Yo, thank you for having me.
Thank you, brother.
For real.
Thank you.
It's for real,
it's
yo.
a pleasure.
For real.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll probably see you tonight. What?
Maybe. Or if not, there's a little more stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a little more of modern. Why not now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when there's more, when Chad them come around, maybe talk a little bit more football. It'd be nice.
No, you good.
To hear them.
You don't always gotta talk about sports. You just talk our shit on you.
Yeah. But
Like
thank you for
did.
having me, For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Thank you, viewers, for viewing another episode of Brand Niu Podcast. Actually, thank you for coming to our beach.
Yeah.
Thank you for David Carden. Ikaika. Shout out to Y9 as well.
Shout out Y9 McCall.
Thank you to my co-host, Joe Fui. Shit, man. I'm your host, Niu, and we out. Peace.
Hey, right on, man.
Yo, I hope that was a good interview, guy.
Yeah.
And it seems more suppressed. You know what I mean? Take me out of my element. I cannot go up in the mountains and just hunt pig. You know what I mean? I cannot just go to a pond, a lake, and just start casting. You know what I mean? Nothing. Work. That's it.
That's all we do.
That's all we do.
That's all we do. Working.
Work. That's it. Consistent work though.
Yeah.
Just stayed working is what get your pay for all your troubles if you just stay busy, stay active as far as positive wise. And I've been trying. I try to stay positive in an environment that I'm not used to. Then you adapt.
Yeah.
And I like it though. I like the change in the environment. I try and find my beach. No matter where I go, you see the Corona. You see the Corona commercial. You see that. You know what I mean? So I try and find that. And most of the time you see me with a smile. And that's what I try and do. And
carry that same beach every time.
Not different. For the most part. For the most part it is. Tambolan, shout out Tambolan. Tambolan, Miley Beach.
Yeah.
You guys know. Love you guys, You can check that out on Capena's album back in the days, Tambolan Jam. They know. Y9 people know Tambolan. But that's, I try and find that.
Check that out.
Try and find that, find my Tambolan, Bodyboard all my life, so I've been around the ocean all my life, But so try to find my beach around a beachless America. America.
God bless. That's cool. Who's on your beach? When you do think about your beach?
It's family. First and foremost, family. The one that passed, all that, Think about all that. Talking about that make me teary-eyed because that's family, that's close. So that's where the Aloha spirit come from too, is what you learn, what you've been taught. And so sometimes come with bad habits too, but you take all that too, you know what I mean? So but most of the time, you find the beach, make you think of your family. So, but sensitive question, Thank you for asking.
No, you get deep into this motherfucker.
A little.
Yeah.
But so try and do that in a place like this. Hard to balance you know what I mean, mainland to island lifestyle. So, difficult for any islander, any Samoan, Hawaiian, Marshallese, Filipino. It's culture shock, for that. Like you joking, but you always criticizing somebody in the joke all the time.
Sarcastic?
Yes. You always be a sarcastic joke.
Okay.
Always. always.
Well, that's just like my fan. Well, I believe that's the,
Right,
like our Samoan people are like that.
Right.
We use sarcasm all the time.
Right.
It's just how we joke around.
Like,
that's just
like
our
heavy.
humor. That's just
yeah,
our
like
humor.
heavy. Somebody was walking in, like, say for instance, my guy, the slippers. You know what I mean? Like, like this just small stuff that we pay attention to, but like we catch them like, oh, my guy, so you really holding on to them locals. You know what I mean? And locals, we talking about slippers.
Yeah.
For them viewers out there, but yeah, like my guy was all, seeing it was all duct taped up and all that. So, like sorry, but like along that realm in a more broken English pronunciation. So, but
this guy wears slippers all the time. It don't even matter. Snow, rain.
I do the same. But I seen that. I was like, oh my God, you really holding on to them locals.
I have my local slippers, and I put some Gorilla Tape on them. Just because, they're useful. They're still good. They work. They do what they're supposed to do.
I told them I ain't judging. Yo, I hold on to them.
Tape is good for anything.
I hold on to them too like that. You know what I mean? So
you got to hold the family together somehow, Use that duct tape.
But yeah, so there's way more sarcastic joking around as far as any place else.
Yeah, I like that, man, having a relationship with your kids, because when I went through my split with my kid's mom, the first thing on my mind was like, my feet gotta keep moving. My feet gotta keep moving. I gotta keep providing. I gotta keep protecting because of my kids. Yeah, because I know in my heart, and I believe in my heart that my kids love me too. Yeah. And they've seen me all their life, they're still young, but they see me every day. Go to work. I gotta go to work. And mostly my son, who's my only boy, is always asking me, do you work tonight? Oh, I wish he didn't work. Do you work tonight? Oh, I wish he didn't work. But he gets it why I have to go to work. Yeah. I've explained it many times. This is the way I provide for you guys. Yeah. This is the way I can get you things. This is the way, you're going to go to school. But I got to go. But I'll be back. And so, I admire that. No matter how distant you are from your oldest son, you're trying to just be a father.
You try.
You're just trying to be a father.
Yeah, try. And that's funny you say that. It went the opposite way too, because I tried and bring my dad up here. My dad that I haven't seen in 20 years. And just all of a sudden just try and work that relationship with him. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was still out of touch between me and him too. So, I try do that circle of life type stuff where, you good energy, and I just try and keep good energy with my son. I try and tell him real facts that I from the heart, like, yo, this is what I think. You know what I mean? Unless you ain't getting no permission on your mother's side, there's nothing I can really do. Yeah. You bump heads and you feel like he picks sides, but it's something you just gotta keep going. Yeah. Always gonna be in the back of your head, like, man, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yeah. If only he was just here. You know what I mean? I'll show him what I'll be able to do for him and provide, but distance, and partially the blame is me too, just trying to find my realm, in Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Beach. Yeah,
trying to find my beach. Yeah. It took a while, had, rough waters, you know what I mean, calm oceans, but and trying to get that back, trying to grasp that, distance. Yeah. Because I missed so much time, so just let me try and grasp that. And I feel like not really working, okay? So all that energy, I have to apply it to the kids that I have here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And try and provide them with that that mentality, that anger, that love that you had for your distant kid.
Yeah.
So it's more extra for them now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So try and do that.
Yeah, and hopefully he opens up a little bit more, because I know it's gonna be hard trying to catch up.
Yeah, it is.
And being so distant so far.
Yes.
Is you're not gonna get all of that catch up.
No.
You know what I mean? And so whatever you can get it, and be grateful that you have a relationship with your kids. I know for me, that's one thing I don't want to be distant.
Yes, and that's a different type of, that right there is a different type of hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, for real, that can make or break you. That type of hurt can either put you thinking crazy and you end up in some place where you're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Or you going to look at that as that's your strength.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was just saying, all that hurt, all that energy, you take that, do better with that for your kids that you have here now.
Yeah.
So, but that's a different type of hurt. And,
yeah.
It's touchy, sensitive. Nobody really talk about that, but that's my son.
That's the thing. You got motherfuckers need to know that you got to talk about it. Especially with fathers.
Definitely.
You got to talk, because we all in the same boat. We have kids. We have family. And we got dependents that need to depend on us. And
they depend.
Like I said, it's up to us how we set. How we set the beach up. Yeah, how we set the beach up.
And so
when they do go on that beach, they're like, okay, this is how I want it now.
Yeah.
Now I can make my own beach how I want it.
They can set their chairs or anything that they have, they can set on that beach that you sort of, and try and create it for them. So, but it's definitely a work in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a work in progress.
There's one thing I told him. I was like, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, anything could happen to any of us where, our Heavenly Father could take us and He would need us, up in the heavens. And I won't be here on earth. And he's like, oh, well, I don't want you gone. Are you leaving? Are you going? Like, no, I'm not going. I'm just letting you know that you're not guaranteed tomorrow. So whatever you do yesterday or today, you got to make the best of it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Kids are a trip, man.
It is.
I love kids, being around my nieces, being around my nephews. It's cool to see, kind of how my brothers were when, I do see how my siblings were when they were young and they're kids now,
Yeah.
And so, it's real, it's enjoyable for me to see not just my kids, but my nieces and nephew develop into, just watching them develop.
Yeah.
So I love it.
Physical concepts, it's called. Shout out, Reed. But just wanted to find somebody local, at least one local guy that I can kind of adapt to from the jump. And then my girl was like, yo, so and so, Reed get this jiu-jitsu open. Let me check this out. So as soon as I got there, same thing as me, being somebody with no experience, just kind of, trying to find that rhythm. And, once we went through some motions, did like a week of, what is that? Trials. Trial. Like, that's what I needed, like some type of chaos, something that, like, hurt me, I guess you can say, like, when your parents tell you, don't touch that, that's hot. You know what I mean? That's that type of itch that I had, but I didn't want to, you could call that anger, but of course, what, or you want me to channel that, so that's what I found, and I just felt like that was a perfect combination for as far as physical and mental and failure and success.
Yeah.
And once I had that whole picture, once I figured it out and be like certain submissions, locks and all that, once that hurt me, I kind of like felt it like, ooh, I don't want to be in this no more. You know what I mean? And then you go through, you as months go along, as you progress, you know what I mean? That's like more second nature of what you know. Yeah. And I needed that. That was like my wave. That's what I needed. I needed the feel of riding a wave, but I also needed the failure of me, the wave pounding me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's where I found my beach, and I've been head first in that ever since. And I'm under him, I'm a blue belt. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.